Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent and throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I have to let you know that I am going live on Facebook and YouTube. Facebook is back. You know, Facebook, they keep me in jail around there. So periodically, Facebook is not joining. The Facebook audience is not joining us, but we are simulcasting Facebook and YouTube tonight. I am going to let a few hundred of y'all come in, but in the meantime, in the between time, I'm going to give out some shout outs to the early birds to show my appreciation. I see Tony Dale is in the building. What's up, Florida? Janie, what's that? Janie X? Janie X. Hello, Virginia. What's up, Dallas? Dallas in the building. Kendrick Ballard. What it do? What's up, Dallas? Was that Tony Longstreet? Tony Longstreet. Turn that cap button off, Captain. Turn that cap button off, Tony. Gary Quinlan, what's up? Fat Cat Tompkins. Rob C, what it do? I'm going in, fam. I'm going in. Let me put a picture up of Vince McMahon right here. Man. Boy, it don't stop. This Me Too thing is on a mission. And boy, it's worse than a hurricane, a tornado, and an earthquake all put together. I mean, it's taken out everything in its path. The latest casualty, Vince McMahon. Let's get into the story. It goes like this. The wrestling legend tendered his resignation as the executive chairman of TKO, the company that owns WWE, just a day after an explosive lawsuit was filed by a former WWE staffer alleging McMahon sexually assaulted her on numerous occasions. 78-year-old McMahon released a statement reiterating his innocence with respect to the disturbing allegations, but would step down because, in his opinion, it's the best move for the wrestling promotion he built decades ago. His words: out of respect for the WWE universe, the extraordinary TKO business, and its board members and shareholders, partners and constituents, and all the employees and superstars who helped make WWE into the global leader it is today, I have decided to resign from my executive chairmanship and the TKO board of directors effective immediately. McMahon was not running the day-to-day operations for WWE, but still had a prominent role within TKO. TKO Group Holdings has owned WWE since its purchase in 2023. Current WWE president Nick Khan announced the news to his employees late Friday, sending an email to the staffers. Y'all want to hear what he said? Okay. Vince McMahon has tendered his resignation from his positions as TKO executive chairman and on the TKO board of directors. He will no longer have a role with TKO Group Holdings RWWE Khan wrote. The massive shakedown comes, they call it a shake-up, I call it a shakedown. But it comes after a federal lawsuit was filed in Connecticut on Thursday by Janelle Grant, where she claimed she was subjected to degrading sexual acts at the hands of Vince McMahon. Family, among some of the things that she said McMahon made her do is, you know what, let me take a look at this to make sure that I got this right. But it did involve some defecation. She accused Vince McMahon of defecating on her during a threesome in 2020. Now listen, fam. You know I gotta call a strike and a ball a ball. I love all y'all. But this sounds like a case of a woman scorned. At some point, she didn't get what she wanted. In fact, there was a deal in place. She had filed a lawsuit before, but she said Vince didn't pay up all the money. So that's why she came and, well, she had threatened to file a lawsuit before, but that's why she came and hit him with this new lawsuit because he didn't pay all the money. So they had an agreement in place. And he reneged, according to her, he reneged on the agreement because he did not pay all of the money. So here's what this sounds like to me. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could be wrong as two left shoes. I could be wrong as Bishop Long. But here's what I think happened. I think what we had here is a freak, a super freak, who had threesomes with this dude and 4, 5, 6 and whatever else that he wanted, whatever freaky desires he had, she was willing to play ball as long as she was getting what she wanted. The moment she couldn't get what she wanted, she decided, well, I'll just file a lawsuit and all of these things that I participated in, I'll just say I was coerced, or I was forced, or I was pressured. She released some sex messages, a whole bunch of them. I mean, some of the stuff I can't even repeat. I'm not going to repeat. If you want to check it out, you can Google it. This is the chick. That's her. She released some sex messages, some text messages, explicit text messages. They call these messages leaked, but they wasn't leaked, they were released, okay? Amongst those text messages, the first message or messages are from February 5th, 2021, where McMahon directed Miss Grant to arrange a schedule for other men to engage in intimate activities with her. This is what Vince McMahon wrote. Do you promise to make me proud, baby? Will you show him what a porno star you can be? Will you show off for me like never before? And on days when he's in town, I want him to F you every morning and later in the office too. In May 2021, McMahon reminded Ms. Grant via message that a mistake could jeopardize her career. Then came his most explicit text message, where he talks about Grant engaging in explicit sexual acts with 3 Black men until she passes out. The text messages as I said before, are too gruesome to display directly on this show. But if you are really interested in checking them out, you can Google them. They're on X. You can find them on X. According to the legal case, Ms. Grant went on to work at WWE's headquarters in Connecticut between 2019 and 2022. WWE is the world's largest and best-known wrestling company, as it just announced last week it signed a deal with Netflix to allow pro wrestling's most popular weekly show, WWE Raw, to be exclusively streamed from January 2025. In the meantime, Mr. McMahon's spokesperson said the case was replete with lies and his client would vigorously defend himself. I don't believe him. Let me tell you something about me, fam. I'm a fighter. Ain't no way I'm going to resign from a company that I built over some false allegations, especially a billion-dollar company. Oh, I'm fighting, and I'm gonna fight hard. I'm gonna give her and her lawyers and everybody who support her everything they're looking for. When you're right, you fight. When you're wrong, you get on. And I do believe that Vince McMahon is wrong somewhere down the line. Now, here's the deal. I think he's wrong in the sense of ethics, but I don't personally believe he did anything illegal. Ethically, he took advantage of a situation, I do believe, with an employee. I think he took advantage of his situation, which millions of people do all day, every day. Men and women do it. I was watching Eartha Kitt on Boomerang the other day. I know it's a fictional story, but I was watching her handle Eddie Murphy. And she didn't even have real power. She had perceived power. Eddie thought she had power, so Eddie took one for the team, I guess. Well, he took one for himself. But he thought if he had sex with her, he could climb the corporate ladder. To no avail, Eddie struck out. He struck out big time. But he had to have sex with this old decrepit lady, trying to get ahead. People do it every day. All day, every day, people play that game willingly. And I do believe she played the game willingly. And I do believe that she didn't get what she wanted. And so, boom, she decided, and I think she had that ace in the hole. I think she had that trump ready to play. She had that trump card the entire time. If ever come a time that it don't work out like I want it to work out, I am going to file a lawsuit. This is why really it's important to try your best to not get involved with people who work for you. Try not to get involved with subordinates, because when it don't go right, oh, they going many times. You're going to be vulnerable. They're going to try to make it whatever it was. They're going to try to make it more than what it is. And they're going to say that you use your power to coerce them into sexual favors. I do believe that this woman was not forced. She just sounded like a typical freak. She sounded like a typical chick. Let me put her up right quick so y'all can see her. She sounds to me like a typical chick who played the game, and when it didn't go her way, she decided to try to get some easy money. That's what it sounds like to me. And because Vince McMahon sent these inappropriate, not illegal, but inappropriate messages to her, inappropriate because he was her boss, because he sent those messages to her, it's embarrassing to the company. So when it comes to something like that, and you are dealing with shareholders and company and board of directors and all this kind of stuff, it's going to be every man for himself. And so, they will put you out there to be publicly stoned. They don't give a damn, man. You got to go. And so this is a situation where he went on a step down before, it caused any more embarrassment, and they started losing too much positions in the stock. I'm sure the stock went down a little bit, but before they lose too much, let me get on out of the way, because keep in mind, he still got stocks in the company. So it's important for him to save face. It's important for him to get out of the way and cause no further damage, no further financial damage to the company. That's why he stepped down. I don't believe the dude. I think what they had going on was mutual. I think the text messages were mutual. I think the sexual activities were mutual. I think her having sex with these multiple men, the 3 ways and all this stuff, even him defecating on her, as foul as that is, I think that that's something that a game that she was willing to play. Hit me with the stinker. Maybe they called it, maybe that was the name of that game. Hit me with the stinker. We're going to do the stinker tonight. And she was like, oh, do I really have to? Hey, no mistakes allowed. I don't think this chick is a victim. I think she is pretty much like a whole lot of these other women who play this game until the money run dry, who play this game until they don't get their way, don't get what they want. And then they say, oh, whoa, he took advantage of me. I don't think she's some soft, poor, weak, innocent individual. I think she played the game. And when she started losing the game, she played her trump card. Going into the comments. Buckhorse DC, what it do? Rob C, I see you. Kendrick Ballard, what's up, Ken? Jason Jackson. And this goes to show you how far people will go for money, fam. At what part of the game is that where you would let somebody take a dump on you to maintain a job, to keep a job? She didn't let him take a dump on her to keep the job. She let him take a dump on her because that's what she into. I think she figured out a way to get into it, and she allowed it to happen. I don't think she's innocent. They played the stinker game. And here's the funny thing about it. I read the text messages, but she only released what he was saying. She didn't release her rebuttals. She didn't release anything that she said. They didn't release any of the things that she was saying. They only released the stuff he said. Why is that? That's a red flag to me. They played the icky game, the stinky binky game. And I do believe that she found some enjoyment out of it too. Ain't no way I'm gonna let somebody do that to me. There's certain things I just don't want on my record. Man, you know what kind of person you got to be when you die. Where's the honor in that? Somebody shitted on me before. You know what I'm talking about? Like, imagine looking at your loved one in the coffin and knowing that they've been shitted on before. Imagine if we had to be really, really honest and tell the truth in the obituary. In that obituary, you had to say, and she was shitted on in 2023 by Vince McMahon. Come on, fam. Certain things you just don't do, certain things you're not going to allow to happen to you. But that just goes to show you, it's some people that'll do anything for money. And it is my belief that she was willing to do anything for money, prestige. You know, she was willing to do anything to hold her position. And I do believe that a lot of what she did with him, she liked. Maybe some of the stuff she felt was disgusting or she didn't like, that she didn't really want to do, but she did it anyway, willingly. Some of us do things every day that we don't like to do, but we still do it willingly. And what do we do when it don't work out our way? We take responsibility. We accept responsibility for our actions. We hold ourselves accountable. Why is it that these women who play these sexual games with these men are excused from holding themselves accountable? Why do they get a pass? Why is it that if those same women went out and killed somebody, we would hold them accountable? Don't matter what they killed them for. We'll say, no. She shouldn't have done that. She robbed that man. It don't matter that she was hungry. She robbed that man. She killed that man. She got to go to jail. We don't care. We don't care nothing about her. But if she have sex with 3 men to get some money out of a man, or to be with a dude to maintain a position, we give her a pass. Well, she was coerced. She didn't know what she was doing. He took advantage of her. Come on, fam. Nah, I'm not with that. I'm not with that. I'm going to call a strike and a ball. I'm not with that. What's up, Ruth Robinson? Ron Williams. Okay. Ron Williams says this dude has been wilding for years. Okay. She says repeatedly, she said no, and she was held down. She said repeatedly she was said no and was held down, but she's been working for him since 2019. At what point does a free person in a free world just say, I'm not, at the very least, I don't want the money no more. I don't want to work for you no more. Did he make her work? Did he force her to continue to work there? Or did she make a choice to continue to work there? Why is it that these women can be held accountable for everything else they do? But when they do something sexually with a man, and they can actually be with a man on several occasions and have sex and do all kinds of stuff with him. But the moment they fall out, now here comes a lawsuit. When the well runs dry, when the money well runs dry, here come a lawsuit. Nah, man, flip the script. Would that be cool if a man was able to get away with it? Could a man get away with that? Ah, man, I ain't with that. I'm not with that. Everybody got to take accountability for their own actions. She wasn't forced. I don't believe she was forced. I don't believe she was forced. Pressured? Maybe here or there, maybe on some stuff, but not everything. Not all that stuff she's talking about she was doing. maybe pressure in some instance. But look here, fam. You remember when we was growing up, there was a thing called peer pressure? And we were young, and when we were young, we knew that even though there was this thing called peer pressure, we was going to be held responsible if we allowed peer pressure to make us make bad mistakes, or make bad decisions. Didn't we all know that we would be held accountable? So how do you get to be held accountable when you're a kid for being pressured? But when you're an adult, you're not held accountable when you're pressured. How is that? How do we get to that? I'm not with that, man. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. She gave what she had. He gave what he had. That's the way I think that went. She gave what he had. He gave what he had. She gave what she had. And when it didn't work out, I believe that she decided to file a lawsuit and try to get some easy money. Got me another one. Just block somebody. Anybody else want to get blocked? I got a bunch of trolls around here, man. Where's Miss Jazzy? Yeah, Miss Jazzy, you gotta get up in here and block these trolls. You gotta get them up out of here. I just got me one. That made me feel kind of good. I like to get them trolls, man. Mary H., what up? Farrah Hall. What's up, Farrah? Chris Mason. What it do? Fam, at what point do you take accountability? At what point do you even just have some damn dignity? I don't give a damn what it is. I ain't letting nobody take a dump on me, man. Ain't nobody shitting on me, man. At what point do you take accountability? At what point do you have some self-dignity? At what point? So we can just be grown and do whatever we want. We can do all the grown things that we want to do. We can just do anything we want to do. And when somebody try to check us about it, the first thing we say is mind your own business. Don't judge. I'm grown. But if, God forbid, somebody asks us to take responsibility, and now we don't know nothing about that. We can't do that. If for some reason, we can't accept responsibility. We can do everything else, though. We can do everything else grown folks do. We can do everything grown folks do except responsibility. Hold ourselves accountable. We can do everything else but hold ourselves accountable. I don't know this dude, Vince McMahon, but this to me sounds like a typical woman scorned. This sounds like typical, you played the game, you got the money, you gave what you had, he gave what he had, and then when it didn't work out, you decided, I'm gonna get me some easy money and I'm finna sue him. I'm gonna be vindictive and get me some easy bread. That's what it looked like to me. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like to me. And dude stepped down because of those text messages. He talking about he gonna fight. He ain't finna fight that. He gonna settle out of court. I hate when they come with these old false statement. These lawyers come with these old generic statements about how they vehemently deny the allegations and they're going to fight and or categorically deny everything that this person is saying and blah, blah, blah. Then they turn around and hush, 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 sweep it under the rug. He, I do believe, resigned because the messages are embarrassing. It's embarrassing to the company. You know, he's sending messages telling her how he want her to get down with different dudes. And one message, he was talking about her getting down with 12 dudes. He talked about how he showed, it was 12 dudes around him, and he showed them all a picture of her, and they was all excited and talking about how beautiful she was and how she get down or whatever. And he was talking about how he wanted her to get down with them when she came around. Now, she only showed his messages. She didn't show her responses. Why is that? I mean, if you're going to be that transparent, if you're going to be that revealing, you're going to leak it all. Show it all. Why just show part of it? Why not show us? This, to me, is akin to a police officer doctoring the dash cam footage. What's up, Miss Jazzy? Like I say, fam, I don't know the dude from a hole in the ground. And, you know, he's probably, it's a chance that he might be a bad guy. I don't know. He could be a bad guy. But that don't mean he assaulted anybody. That don't mean he did something to somebody against their will. That don't mean that she didn't cooperate. Yeah, Bayou, the text messages are extremely creepy. But why did they only show his text messages? Where is hers? Where are the rebuttals? Where is what she said? Ain't nobody asking those questions. Where is her responses to those messages? They conveniently left those messages out. Dimple Face, what's up? Maria. Boogie 2. Chris Mason. Run DMG. What up? All right, fam. This is what I want to know. I want to do a quick poll. Quick poll. Thumbs up if you believe that the woman in question was violated against her will. Thumbs down if you think she cooperated. Thumbs up if you think she was violated. Thumbs down if you think she cooperated. Let's see where we at. Chris down, Run down, Backpacker down. Saint, who is that? Saint Joe Bro down. Mr. J Scheme down. Outlaw down. Gail Jones down. Bayou down. Moo down. Moo up. Buckhorse DC, what you saying? AJ, down. Rob C, down. Aton Yah, down. Nick Thomas, down. Jessica Olsen, down. All right, fam. Pablo, up. Down, Kendrick. So there it is. The majority of you believe that this chick cooperated. And that's where I stand. Drop a comment, fam, and let me know where you stand with this. Until next time, no more talk.